Let's get it. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. No matter war, I'm entangled with self-defense of this life. The only entanglement I'm worried about with the price. So sorry I come under strict orders to let off this light. So let God be true and every man a liar. I don't work for you and you don't work for me, that's just wrong. I'm really living what I say, I ain't just writing these songs. If I say I'm by my father, then just know it's the truth. I'm really slaying demons in the class of streets and the food. It just says on the Sabbath.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 3.
Read.
And verse 4, excuse me. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
For what?
For our learning.
What is this Bible written for?
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. That we, through patience and comfort of the scripture, might have hope.
Might what?
Might have hope.
Brother, every story in here is written for our learning.
Right.
That's a story it ain't in there for no reason.
Right.
It's in there for a specific reason because the Lord knew it was going to be somebody that think they know the Bible, and they going to have to be reminded, no, you don't have to have some man guide you, brother.
No, I was just saying that because I understand it's a story, but every story is not the same as the next. I could go like right now we're in Acts. I could go to a time, let's say Enoch. Hold on, no, I'm not.
Brother,
no,
yes, you are.
No,
brother.
I'm not. I'm right on the money. I'm thinking enough.
Bro, you not, bro.
No, you gotta think enough. That's
brother, we think you, but you, bro. Listen here.
I think enough.
Listen here.
No, you don't think
brother,
no.
you overthinking.
No, I'm not.
This is not grievous. You, brother.
No, I'm not.
I understand you may don't believe us because you looking in your eyes. You looking at a bunch of niggas. But I'm here to tell you standing in front of the men of the Lord, bro.
That's right.
We here to tell you.
We dealing. Look at me,
brother. I'm telling you. You see how that sister was standing over here humble?
Y'all really think
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Y'all tripping.
You see how that sister was standing here humble?
Yes.
You tripping, bro.
You see how that sister was standing here humble? And she was getting this word of the Most High God because she seen the prophets of the Lord in front of us, brother. We ain't out here playing games. We out here, we deal with people like you all the time, brother. And we love you. We commanded to come out here and deal with you. That's how we know what we dealing with.
Right.
Bro, you just told me to do that. At first I was like, I'm not trying to do all that. You was like, no, ask me questions.
Yeah, ask questions.
Talk to me.
But what I'm telling you,
at first I was humble.
when you start going into a direction I'm trying to pull you back from. Because our people will miss the mark, brother. That's what we telling you. We got people that overshoot the mark.
Right.
But they not standing on home base and listening to what God see. That's what I told you. Bro, all the stuff that you asking about, we had to go pull stuff that's gonna get you salvation.
Right.
You ain't asking for nothing that's gonna get you salvation. You asking semantic stuff. But we still can ask them questions.
What I'm doing, before I can know my end, I gotta know my beginning.
Brother, the beginning is keep the commandments. That's at the beginning. That's at the beginning.
That's the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Exactly.
That's the whole thing. All this, the washing of the cups and all this. That's
I want y'all to think about this. Think about it. Even the Lord, the Messiah, told to the Pharisees and scribes, you don't roll your eyes, bro. Come on, we men. But even he said to the Pharisees and the scribes, he said to them themselves, I came to not destroy, but came to fulfill. He even told them, y'all don't know the laws. So I'm not finna sit here and act like I know the laws.
He didn't say he came to fulfill the law, brother.
I'm saying. But
so that's what. Look, I'm correcting you.
But we know
Take correction. Take correction.
Right.
Because he didn't come to fulfill. See, that's what happens. When you say something that's out of place, I'm gonna correct it because somebody will take that and run with it. He didn't say he came to fulfill the law. He can't fulfill the law. He is the law.
Right.
That's
he never said I didn't come to destroy. I came.
He came to fulfill the prophecies, brother.
that which was written of him.
Was he not prophesied by the prophets?
What, is that what the
prophets?
Did the scripture say that? Did it
Yes,
say
yes.
It said to fulfill the prophecy?
Yes.
Show me that.
What is brother? You say you read the Bible, right?
I must have read that wrong.
Give me what we just
no, show me that.
Give me 20 verse.
Y'all show me that scripture.
No, pull Luke 20.
Can you go to Matthew 5:17?
What we just went through today.
Can you go to Matthew 5:17?
The prophecy. No, we finna show you what fulfill means. Watch this.
But we just what about the exact scripture I'm talking about?
We gonna get that.
Say what the scripture
You gotta have we gonna get it. What you asked for?
Come on.
What you asked for?
You want
alright. Go ahead.
Pull Matthew 5 and 17.
Luke 21 and 20.
That's what
you wanted.
Yeah. And now read on down till he say till it be fulfilled, till the time of the Gentile be fulfilled.
Right. Oh, yep.
You got that?
What?
Yep. Start at 20. Watch this, brother. This is what it means to fulfill.
Bring it
This is
out.
what Christ talking about.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
He's talking about 70 AD when Rome compassed Jerusalem, right? He's prophesying this.
Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto.
Read on.
For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written must be fulfilled.
All things that are written, brother, must be fulfilled.
Right.
All things that are written is prophecy.
Right.
So Christ came to fulfill the prophecies which were written about him in the Old Testament.
24. And verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
It's not fulfilling the law. You don't fulfill the law. If the law is don't go through a red light, if you don't go through a red light, you just didn't break that law.
Right.
You can't fulfill not going through the red light.
I know what you're saying, but I promise you, brother, I didn't say this. I just read it. That's all. It's
But
in
no,
Matthew
I'm giving you the
chapter 5 and
understanding.
17. If you go to it, I don't have my Bible.
We finna get it. We finna get it. Get it.
Matthew.
Because,
It's in
but
Matthew
first,
5 and 17.
we know exactly what it is. Pull
That's
it
all I'm
again.
saying, y'all.
Pull
I
it
didn't say
again.
it.
But
I
you
didn't
have
read it.
to. You have to have the understanding of what fulfill means. That's how we know you got Christianity on you. Because every Christian,
I'm nothing Christian.
brother, listen what I'm
Come on,
telling
don't
you.
disrespect me like
Brother,
that,
I'm
y'all.
telling you, if we surveying our
carry
people,
everything,
brother,
man.
you have Christianity on the brain.
Right.
Because every Christian come up here and think fulfill mean he fulfilled the law.
Right.
And listen what I'm telling you. Listen what I'm telling you, brother.
I'm saying for that
Listen,
precept,
brother,
for that
listen.
precept.
Okay,
For that
listen.
precept,
And that's
you
the
have to take it
precept.
for what it takes,
That is
what
the
it says.
precept that he's talking about.
Right.
Brother, we trying to show you Christ said fulfill all throughout the New Testament.
Right.
He said that he had to fulfill something. Give me Matthew
Can I
4.
say this just right before you say that, can I say this? In the very beginning,
4:14.
in Genesis, okay.
Give me another fulfill.
In
Somebody
Genesis.
give me another fulfill.
Okay.
They ignore.
Or I'll go back to what he said in the very, very beginning, when I very first walked up. He said, the living water is, and what he said, coming from your belly, that's your mind, and the living water is the knowledge. Is that what you said, right? I remember everything. The very, very beginning, he said, that's the very first thing when I walked up, he said, right? Same thing fulfilled. It says in Isaiah that you must read and learn precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little, there a little. So if you learn from that, if you just go to that scripture 5 and 17 and look at the context and what it says and go to a precept that, again,
We're gonna read.
it was.
Brother, why would he?
I'm just saying what I read, y'all.
Tell me this. Tell me this.
That's it.
Tell me this. Tell me
That's
this.
it.
Why would Christ fulfill the law? How do you fulfill the law?
Like I said earlier, when he was saying like the swan, like I said, I'm not saying this. These are just thoughts. These are just thoughts, okay? Like he said about the swan. He says don't eat the swan. Yes, don't eat the swan. Yes, I dig you on that. But also, don't be like the swan. Don't act like you know your master when you're hungry, and then you cry out to him, and then when you're full or you got your desire,
now let me
you got
speak,
your
brother.
prayers, you go back and act like you don't know him.
You add into the scriptures. It don't say that.
Right.
God's commandments did not have a stipulation
It doesn't say water
listen, brother.
knowledge either.
Brother,
It doesn't say that,
we
but
get it
know
right out the
that.
scriptures.
We know
That's a
that
lie.
from real
Brother,
precept.
now listen, brother.
You dig what I'm saying?
Brother,
We don't.
brother, you are adding to the scriptures,
Right.
brother. So if the God say don't do something, why would you turn around and say, what?
Don't do what?
If the God say don't eat swine, why would you then turn around and add something to that?
Right.
See, that's what our problem is. That's what the scribes and Pharisees
Why
did.
would I add that water?
No,
water
stick on the swine. Stick on the swine, brother. Stay on the swine.
But why can you say that?
Stay
But I know
on-
about the water in the
Brother, stay on. I'm talking about the swine.
All right.
Because you brought it up.
All right.
And the scriptures say you should not eat swine, right? Now, what do it say after that? Do it say, but don't be like the swine? No, he said don't eat the swine.
Right.
Period.
Right.
He didn't say to have some back talk. He didn't say, this is how anyone to get it out of Matthew. He didn't say, matter of fact, I get out of Genesis too.
It also says in Genesis that Adam ate from the tree.
Brother, stay on the swine, brother. Stay. No, brother.
You don't want me to go there.
Because we see, what did I tell you? Keep the commandments and live, brother.
Right.
Keep the commandments and live. He didn't, why you think he say if you keep the commandments, you will live? Because you will spiritually be alive.
Right.
But if you sit up here saying, but Lord, but don't touch the swine. No, you're being hard-headed.
Right.
That's what Saul did. You know about Saul? Do you know about Saul?
Did you hear me?
Hold up, brother. Brother, no, I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question, brother. It don't say that. Brother,
It doesn't say water is knowledge, y'all.
Give me 1 Samuel.
Show me where it says
No, you making semantics. This nigga making semantics.
Where does it say water?
Give me 1 Samuel 15 and 23. You finna get your ass handed to you by the scriptures, bro.
Right.
Because I'm finna show you doing exactly what Saul did.
Right.
God told him to kill everything of the animals.
That's right.
Everything. He didn't say kill the king and keep the sheep and keep the goats. He said kill every damn thing.
Right.
What did Saul do? What did Saul do, brother?
We know.
What did he do?
We know.
Say it.
Man, come on, man.
Brother, say it.
We don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know. Tell me.
He took stuff that he wasn't supposed to take.
Right.
And he took the king of the Amalekites.
Right.
And you know what happened to him for his disobedience? The Lord killed his ass.
Right.
Read this out.
I'm gonna start with 22. Yep. This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15 and verse 22.
Bring it out.
And Samuel said, hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord.
And obeying what?
As in obeying the voice of the Lord.
He said the damn sacrifices didn't mean nothing. But obeying the voice of the Lord is what he care about, brother. All them semantics, he don't give a damn what we got to say.
Right.
He told us what he wanted us to do. You think when he told Noah to build the ark, that Noah said, wait, Lord, I think I want to add a little dough on here. He said, no, build this thing like I told you to build it.
That's
Read
right.
on.
Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice.
To what?
To obey is better than sacrifice.
Read on.
And to hearken than the fat of rams.
He's telling you to listen. He don't care about all that other stuff
Right.
because Israel is hard-headed.
Man.
Read.
For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft.
Brother, rebellion is a sin of witchcraft,
Right.
brother. Read on.
And stubbornness.
And what?
And stubbornness.
And what?
And stubbornness.
Read.
Is as iniquity and idolatry.
Right. Stubbornness against keeping these laws, statutes, commandments is as iniquity and idolatry.
Right.
Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord.
What he rejected?
Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord. He hath also rejected thee from being king.
Give me Hosea 4:1. Read this.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 9.
Read.
This is a rebellious people.
What is our people?
This is a rebellious people.
Brother, how do you think you creep into rebellion? Why you think he said his people is a rebellious people?
I'm not rebelling.
You are
I'm
rebelling.
getting fulfillment from Christ.
You
I'm
don't
getting
even want to listen what fulfillment means.
But you're not. Y'all are not.
Brother, when we roll this tape back, go to the Swords of the Spirit on YouTube and watch the tape over and see if we answered every one of your questions.
Right.
You
haven't even answered
rejecting
about
them
fulfillment. I
just
asked you
because.
this precept for fulfillment, and you still
We
haven't
don't
read
pull
5 and
it
17.
because
Y'all still haven't read Matthew 5 and 17.
hold up. For one, he already had pulled it, brother.
Nobody
For
had.
two, you don't want to even accept the definition of fulfillment.
Right.
Okay.
Read this.
This is a rebellious people. Lying children. Lying children. Lying children. Children that will not hear the law of the Lord.
This is what you should be concerned about, the laws of the Lord.
Right.
That's how we know you all, brother.
That's right.
That's what you should be concerned about.
I'm not.
The laws of the Lord, brother.
I'm trying to show y'all another thinking.
You can't show us no another thinking, brother. That's where you messed up at. Brother, I done survived the U.S. Navy. They couldn't do nothing with me, brother.
That's
I done
right.
survived both years. They couldn't do nothing with me, brother. You think you gonna
come up here and change our thinking from the Lord.
Right.
We telling you to keep the commandments and live. We keeping it raised simple for you. You want to make it complicated.
Right.
But let's get this.
Precept to Matthew 5 and 17. The precept is Luke chapter 24 and verse 44 is the precept to fulfill. That is the precept.
Now let's read this.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4. You want to start?
I want the Matthew. Let's get the Matthew.
Okay.
17.
You think we running from these scriptures? We got
It's like the fourth time y'all done did this. This is like the fourth time. This is the fourth time y'all done did this.
168. No, 24 and 44.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 17.
Bring it out.
Think not. Think not. Think not.
Say it again.
Think not.
Say it again.
Think not.
Think not.
That I am come to destroy the law. I am not come to.
Right there. He said, think not that I come to destroy the law.
Right.
You want to try to fulfill the law when he telling you I ain't come to destroy the law.
Right.
Read.
Or the prophets.
Or what?
Or the prophets.
Somebody give me Isaiah.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
He didn't come to be destroyed.
So what does that mean?
Fulfill the prophecies. Why you think he brought up the prophets?
You just told me do not answer. Do not answer.
Read it again. Brother, listen. God damn.
Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets.
What the prophets do? What do prophets do?
Bring it out.
What do prophets do?
Prophets do.
They prophesy, don't they?
Right.
Do the prophets prophesy?
Right.
Does the law give the
Brother, do the prophets prophesy? Answer the question.
Does the law give the law?
Brother, answer the question. No, answer the question. Because you want to know fulfill. Answer the question, brother.
I'm talking about the law. So we're both right. No.
Answer the question. No, you are wrong, brother.
Prophets. So that means we're both right. I said
no, we not both right, brother.
Man, come on, man.
Because you're not listening, brother. Because you ain't. This how I know you're a liar. This how I know you're a liar. Because you won't answer a simple question.
Right.
You won't answer a simple question.
Right.
What do prophets do?
Come on, bro.
What do prophets do?
We know they give prophecies. Now what?
You're a liar. All right. So you just finally said it. So you know they give prophecies, right?
So what?
So did the prophets prophesy about Christ in the Old Testament?
Yes.
Okay, so what the hell you think he came to fulfill?
Right.
The prophecies that was written about him, man.
Right.
Come on.
He's saying they fulfilled
He missing the whole point.
Yeah, he trying to say Christ came to do away with
So that means, because you know why? Hold on, because you know why? Because you know why? He don't want to keep the law.
That's right.
That's right. He's not trying to keep the brother. We know you, brother. We just playing the semantics with you. We know you. You not trying to keep no law. When you not trying to look for salvation, when you not trying to get salvation, you not trying to keep no law, man.
That's like
the Lord,
brother. Because we the men of the Lord, bro. You ain't talking about nothing. We done dealt with you for over an hour and a half, bro. You ain't getting no understanding. No understanding. No, because it's over.
Y'all stay light, man.
Brother, stay light.
Y'all stay light.
Stay light with that doctrine that you in. That you not gonna help nobody with. See this one he don't understand. Brother, we stand on this thing for real. We got women and children that depend on us. We can't be out here with no bull crap.
Right.
We can't be out here with no order.
Right.
We can't be out here with no discipline.
Right.
Give me one more scripture before we go. Give me Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6 and verse 16. Because this what this brother ain't got, man. We know a scoffer. They said he was a soft scoffer. He was.
Yeah, he was.
Like we lost on his fact. We know when a nigga don't want to keep the law. That's why Sonny pulling these scriptures on him, and he ain't even listening to him.
Right.
The Lord had already called you a lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, man. Read it.
This is the book of the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 16. For she goeth about.
Start at 17.
Verse 17. For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline.
The very true beginning of wisdom is the desire of discipline. The laws is what discipline us.
That's right.
The laws is what got us to quit whoring our sisters out.
Right.
To stop selling dope. To stop killing one another. To stop hating one another.
Right.
If it wasn't for the law, I wouldn't have known sin.
That's right.
That's right.
And this nigga over here don't want to. He want to argue about keeping the law, man. We know a wicked nigga when we see one, man.
Really?
If it wasn't for the law, we wouldn't have known sin. You gotta have the law to get discipline.
And the care of discipline is love.
And the care of discipline is love. What's love?
And love is the keeping of her laws.
Come on, man. And love is the keeping of her laws.
Right.
That's how we know you don't love God, because you don't want to keep his laws, man.
That's it.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 32 and verse 17. A sinful man will not be reproved.
What did the Bible say?
A sinful man will not be reproved.
A sinful man will not be reproved. They gonna want to lie and act like the word fulfill don't mean what it means.
Right.
They want to try to lie. Look how he tried to lie. He didn't even want to answer the question. That's how you know somebody a liar.
right.
When you want to answer a simple question about the prophets. Prophets prophesy.
Right.
That's
If
right.
they prophesied about Christ, that means Christ had to come fulfill the prophecies that was written about him.
right.
And this nigga didn't want to accept that.
But find it an excuse.
But do what?
Find it an excuse.
Well, you know, I'm learning on my own.
According to his will.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He going through the scriptures so he can do it according to his will, man.
Lord have mercy. Hallelujah. In all praises.
Yes, yes.
Glory to the highest. Let's get it.
I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier. I got the sword of the spirit, man, listen what I done told ya. I gotta do this work, why? Cause I'm a soldier.